like Colonel Sanders.
Oh, here you go.
It's all square. I'm like, what's the square about?
The square.
It is. Look at it. I've never seen it just be straight square across the bottom.
He thinks that's the way it's supposed
It's
to be.
not,
'Cause that's,
you know,
that's the way
usually
his
have a
daddy
little-
wear his. So
have a little.
he
It
said
kind of
that's-
widens and comes
He
in.
said that's
and
the way his
narrows.
daddy was.
that's the way his daddy wear his. So he figured that's the way it's supposed to be.
That's where who daddy wears.
Jermaine.
No, he don't.
I know his daddy.
His daddy don't wear his goatee like that.
He used to.
I just saw a picture of Jermaine's daddy not too long ago for his birthday.
He may not have a goatee anymore.
I don't think he had one on the picture.
I think I saw the picture too with all the kids
all
were
the
together.
all
yeah,
the boys.
yeah.
But yeah, his goatee is square. Oh wait, let me stop talking crazy because I still got his bracelet on.
Yeah, we got a klepto in the house.
Hey,
If you listened to the show yesterday, he did not get the bracelet back, by the way.
I'm just saying, I didn't
Yesterday
mean to leave with it on.
There were some
And-
distractions that you put out there. You got right
It was
into
a
the
lot
show.
going on.
Yeah.
And I did text him last night to say, hey, Jay, I realized I left with your bracelet.
In looking at it, as we spoke to this morning, I can't see him with that on anymore.
it looks like it was made for me, quite frankly.
It does.
You
It
know.
is certainly accommodating to everything that you have going on.
There
right
you
now.
go. I mean, it feels ethnic.
Yeah.
And
Feminine.
color feminine. What'd you say?
So if I see him
The
on
bracelet was
with
a
it on-
little spicy.
Oh, you said it did look a little spicy on it.
Did I say that?
Never mind. What did you hear, Carvey? Nothing.
See, I'm not into
See, I
that.
know you're gonna say nothing. I
That's
know.
right. Carvey always on my side.
Old school.
At least he act like he got good sense and know when to be on my side because he will try to step on me. But I mean, I'm just dang. I burnt my hand yesterday.
39 confirmed cases, E. coli.
Wow.
After eating carrots, those what is it? Organic. Yeah, I did that. No, I did that. That was me. Organic carrots. Yeah. I mean, just like they just got done saying this morning, literally as I was brushing my teeth, that the water that is used to make some of the toothpaste for Colgate,
Mhm.
like it had bacteria in it and mold and mildew. And I'm literally in the midst, like mid brush. And I was like,
Because I
what?
use
Because I
Colgate.
use
So now,
Colgate.
so now we got to use.
I
Oh
use-
no, it won't help. It won't help. You have to
Yes,
switch
I was
brands.
like, wait, what? And Colgate doesn't find it. They find it on a health inspection.
Wow.
I'm like,
Colgate obviously wasn't looking if the inspectors come in and find it.
I mean, I'm just saying, man, take care of your business. So here you are trying to just brush your teeth,
I
live
don't know,
your
Michelle.
life.
Some of them inspectors is tough, boy.
That ain't tough.
No, watch
Right.
this. Friend of mine, he owned the bar, right?
Uh-huh.
He said, man, I knew my inspection was coming up. He said, so I got in there and I bleached down and I wiped down and I scrubbed and I licked and I wiped. And he said, when they,
Licked.
well, you know, that just means you really took the time to, you know.
You don't
He
do
said-
that anyway.
He said when the inspector came in, no, well, you know, you overdue when you know the
Okay,
inspection
when
is
the
coming.
Okay.
So he said the inspector came in and he looked around. Yeah, looks good. He said he dropped down on his knees. He got behind the bar and dropped down on his knees and said, "You smell that?" He said, "No, that's pine saw. And I got some little Mr. Clean and everything back. No, that's mouse piss.
No.
He said, you got to get an exterminator." Yeah, they
I mean, because you trained for it, I guess,
yeah.
at this especially if
he
you've
said,
been doing it
no,
for
you
a
don't smell
while.
that? That's mouse piss.
I mean, and that's what I would tell people too. It's not like if you do a lot of surface stuff, like we move the stove from away from the wall
Mhm.
to sweep and mop behind there. Like I won't say monthly, but maybe quarterly.
Periodically.
Yeah, because you'll just be surprised where dust is.
Mhm.
Behind the dryer, all of that,
That
stuff,
length
all
build
that
up.
length
Yeah,
stuff
even though you
build
got the
up.
filter that goes out, it still will build
I mean,
up.
like it's funny. I was just walking past, like we got a bunch of picture frames, got a lot of art in the house,
Mhm.
and I was putting up Christmas decorations. You could see the dust sitting on top of the frames
Mhm.
because it's right in the doorway. So anytime that door open, whatever comes in, and just dust in general. So yeah, it's funny how you can think your stuff is clean,
Mhm.
and then people will walk behind you and be like, "Nah,"
Yeah.
like
You don't see that? You see that?
Yeah. And that was off the top of the computer.
Right.
Yeah, so because like this little spot right here keeps irritating me. I need to clean
Which one?
that.
Which one?
All this dust on the side of this computer unit,
Okay.
like
Well,
right by the vent.
what do
Look
you
right
need
there.
to accomplish that? I can get that for you.
I
We can
need
take care
paper
of that during
towels
the break.
to wipe it off
We can do that right
because all the
during
dust
break.
you can just see.
Are you talking about on top of it?
No,
On
it's
the
from the side.
Oh, really? So
It looked like somebody even drew a heart in all the dust.
Keith sits over there, so it's probably Keith. Keith sits over there.
It looks like he did it. Somebody hit me up and said, Michelle, what are you talking about on Colgate? Because I'm brushing my teeth right now. So Colgate Palmolive was flagged by federal regulators for using water that is contaminated with the dangerous bacteria to manufacture its popular, it was Tom's of Maine. So, but I'm like, but if you use that water for Tom's, why you don't use it for the other toothpaste? As well as to clean the equipment used, there it is, to mass produce the product at its key facility. So damn, you cleaning the equipment with contaminated water. Jesus. The FDA sent a letter to the company yesterday accusing it of not doing enough to address the problem. Wait.
Now it's the dust, right? The dust.
Yeah, I'm choking now. But they said no, because now I'm dying because they said the FDA sent a letter to Colgate Palmolive saying that they weren't doing enough to address the problem that they identified and first noticed 3 years ago.
Mm.
3 years ago.
So is this new, the story you're reading, or
this is a new story? They was reporting it on the news this morning.
Oh,
I was
boy.
listening to it.
So they never addressed it.
They said, I guess they said you ain't did enough. We found this, identified this 3 years ago. We come back, it's still an issue. Several strains of the bacteria Pseudomonas aeruginosa. Yeah, good luck with all that.
I was say,
I thought I'd take a shot at it. Were discovered in the water used to make Tom's of Maine Simply White Clean Mint Paste, as the company's Sanford, Maine manufacturing between June 2021 and October 2022. None of these incidents were investigated to assess product impact and water system performance. Oh my God. Okay. Multiple incidents, too numerous to count, in which the bacteria Ralstonia insidiosa was found in water that was used in the manufacturing process. It can cause respiratory tract infections and bloodstream infections if exposed to humans. They said the FDA said the company's response was inadequate and that it needed to provide a comprehensive assessment of the design and control of the firm's manufacturing operations. Oh my God. What?
I wonder how Strahan feels having been on one of those SpaceX pieces and one just exploded.
When was Strahan on the SpaceX piece?
When he went out into space with Elon Musk piece.
Did I miss that? Strahan went. What did he go do?
You must have missed it. Yeah, he went into space.
Let me see. I don't see nothing about that. Well, I wouldn't be doing none of that. Because after the way the shuttle blew up, no sir. I'll look at it. But anyway, so yes, to the person who reached out, they are saying the specific toothpaste is Tom's of Maine, and I've actually seen that when I've been in Martha's Vineyard. I've seen Tom's of Maine. So I'm just saying, y'all.
Did you find the article Strahan in space?
I said I was gonna look for it.
Hold on now. Wait a minute.
What you mean? Wait a minute. You interrupted me.
Exactly. I just asked.
You just randomly reading the news and just throwing stuff out like you're supposed to stop and address what you talking about. That ain't how this go, bro.
I just asked the question.
No, you sounded a little aggressive.
No. I got aggressive with
you. Tell us. So wait a minute. Hold on now.
With the way you have your influx in your voice.
You act like you talking to somebody at the house.
Thank you. Well, no.
You better act like you talking to your coworker.
You know your name, Tina.
Hey, Ike.
Your name, Tina.
You know what? We're gonna switch this relationship.
Oh,
We
you
gonna
want to be Ike?
switch. No, no. We gonna go. Wait, because I don't know her name. Hold on, hold on. There you
Mm, mm.
go.
Whatever you looking up, it ain't gonna work.
Yes, it is.
I kind of like Ike.
There you go. Hang on, y'all. I'm
Ike
sorry.
Debo.
Um, Mary Woodson. I'm getting ready to be Mary Woodson.
Enlighten me. What's so significant about her?
Call Al Green and ask him.
Oh, hot grits. Hot grits.
Mary Woodson. I just want to double check who it was, and
Did she go to jail behind that?
I would assume that
Cause
she
you going,
did.
you going as soon as you know.
She killed herself.
She did.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Wow, I
She
didn't
killed
recall
herself.
that.
She burned him with the grits,
And then killed herself.
and then she fatally shot herself with Al Green's gun.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So I don't want to be her all the way. I just
No, no.
because I forgot. I
When
forgot
you trying to
about.
backpedal
I forgot
now.
about the suicide. I forgot about the
Need to have your
suicide.
facts together.
Tina Turner lived and has lived well.
All right, Tina.
See, the grass ain't always greener.
Right.
Hang on. 1974, and this is 2024. Man, that was 50 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. Al been preaching now for 50 years.
Oh my God.
He been preaching longer than he did his secular career.
That was 50 years ago.
How long has it been with Marvin? Because it wasn't this wouldn't
How
this
long
be
has
in
it been
that
since
same
Marvin
era?
Gaye died?
Yeah.
No. I know I went by his house when I was in Cali.
Was his daddy there?
Stupid. 1984, so 40 years.
Wow. 40 years.
April 1st, 1984.
And those stories when they broke, it was just like you almost didn't believe it. You thought it was some kind of hoax or something, you know. Stuff like that didn't happen to stars.
I mean, it was rough though. But I mean, when you understood a little bit too about how Marvin and was living, you just realize. I mean, fame, money don't stop crazy. In some cases, it exacerbates it and makes it worse.
You do what to it now?
Exacerbates.
Can you break that down like I'm in
Nope.
like as if I were in third grade?
Where your phone at?
I know what it means, Michelle.
Okay, then there we go.
Exaggerate, exacerbate, basically the same thing. It exaggerates it, you know. Same thing.
Well,
My name ain't Carvey.
All right.
oh, why you coming for Carvey?
I just wanted to reel him into the
And then he got
conversation.
my mic off.
Your mic
It's
ain't
on.
off.
All right.
See how alert he is. And then you got my mic off. Perceptive over there.
Yeah.
Are you perceptive over there, Carvey?
He just trying to see if I know what that means.
Carvey said, stop trying.
Carvey, you got big
Stop
plans for
trying,
Thanksgiving?
man.
Big plans, yeah.
What?
Oh, you do? What you doing for Thanksgiving?
I plan on going to everybody's house.
Oh, you really?
Question.
Yeah.
What?
How many days is enough days for the food, like, to last? Like, how many days?
It depends on when it was prepared.
Right.
Okay, because I don't know.
And the conditions, it was if you let it
and
sit
how
out
do you-
all day, it
yeah.
might need to go in the garbage the next day.
Yeah, you got to know when it was prepared, and if the food been sitting out all day. Some folks leave it sitting out overnight.
Oh,
You
no,
know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you.
That's trifling.
I mean, you know,
visited a home where by the time she served the meal, the turkey had spoiled because all the onions and stuff and the turkey and the dressing.
it has spoiled.
Yeah, it had spoiled. Yeah.
Jesus, what?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Something we was like, something stinks.
Are you serious? It was the
Something
turkey.
stink.
Yeah, it was the whole bird. That you know, with the
What
onions
y'all
and
end up
everything in
eating
there.
instead?
Ham.
Oh.
You know,
Turkey.
luckily, we had 5 meats.
Well, you know, I'm all for it too because I haven't done a honey baked ham in a long time. Because I just have not been able to produce that crust, that brown sugar crust that they do on their baked ham. But yeah, we normally do like 3-4 meats, just because of different, you know.
I always do a roast beef just because for those that don't eat pork, I do then offer that portion of beef.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was listening to Clay Kane yesterday for a while when I was moving around, and evidently him and his friends are all getting together at his house,
Mhm.
and they're having, like everybody bringing stuff. So they put a menu together.
Mhm.
You make this, you bring this, you bring this. So Clay's doing macaroni and cheese, and he said he messed up and mentioned to his friends that he puts like some type of lactate milk in his macaroni and
Mhm.
cheese. And Clay Kane is biracial.
Okay.
So, black people immediately would, don't be bringing that white nonsense up in
Right.
here.
Right.
And he
Absolutely.
was so mad. He was like, one of his friends said the caucasity of putting lactate milk in macaroni and cheese. Negroes would never do that. And he was offended. It turned into a whole thing. So his best friend, he was asking her, he's like, you got my back right? She was like, yeah, like, why you tell people you should
Yeah,
have
they don't give
made
out
it?
your recipe.
Huh?
If it's good, they never have to know what's in
Yeah,
it.
they don't have
They'll
to
keep
know.
asking you to make it. But
But
Michelle, what does it mean when they never ask you to bring a dish? They say, just bring some soda or some water or something. What does that mean? What are they trying to say
Some
to you?
paper plates, some napkins,
Girl, you bring this, you bring that. Michelle, you just bring some soda, some waters, plates,
napkins.
cups, that kind of stuff.
It seems like you already know what it means.
Wonder what they're trying to tell you.
God is trying to tell you something.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what it means when somebody, because, or, like nobody, like everybody knows who makes the best macaroni and cheese in their family,
Mhm.
or like it's a toss up. So both of y'all bring mac and cheese. Everybody know who make the best dressing.
Mhm.
Like we just do.
So what does that mean when
But when you have to
don't
go,
make nothing good?
Well, yeah.
Come on, you can't always want me to bring water and juice and soda. It's got to be something
Let
that
me
I
be
make
clear.
good.
I wouldn't be offended because that's just work I ain't got to do. Now, I'd like to believe that my dressing is amazing. I really do.
Mhm.
But hey, if you just
Anybody
want me
ever
to
ask
bring
you
water,
to bring it?
yeah, people ask me to make my dressing all the time.
Oh, that's awesome. Then.
Yeah, people ask me to make my dressing.
Do you marinate your dressing? Anything in your dressing?
Marinate? Why you messing with Carvey, man?
I ain't even paying no attention.
Is your mom cooking, Carvey?
Yeah, she's cooking.
What's on the menu?
I'm not sure. She don't really throw down like the traditional, family, but she makes sure we got us a plate.
You mean for Thanksgiving she don't really do the traditional meal?
Yeah, she don't do all of that.
What kind of stuff does she do for Thanksgiving?
Why is you in people biz? Don't answer
Whatever
him.
we like.
Don't answer him. You get on my nerves being in people's business.
He ain't say nothing too questionable yet.
No. You don't understand, Carvey. This dude right here is gonna take over a whole conversation. He wanna be in people's business.
Yeah.
And then it take a turn so
Trying
quick.
to twist it.
Yeah. That's how the whole marinated stuff
Because I know a
starts.
lot of people don't have gotten to the point where they say they're not doing the traditional Thanksgiving meal. They don't want the turkey. I know people that do lasagna and other dishes to just kind of get away from the traditional. So that's all I was asking.
Well, like in my case, because we don't eat that stuff all year round,
Mhm.
by the time we get to Thanksgiving, we want it because, like it's people make macaroni and cheese once a month.
But when you factor in the fact that Christmas comes,
Christmas, we always do something different.
Some odd days later.
Yeah, we do something different for Christmas.
So
it's ribs.
And then you turn around and for me, New Year's I always cook.
Yeah.
So it's like 3 holidays in there. So Thanksgiving is the one where you just want to hold back. Christmas, you got your turkey, your ham, your boom.
We do all of the traditional on Thanksgiving. You're going to get your turkey, your ham. You get all of it. For Christmas, we will do the dressing. You just got to have dressing. I don't care which holiday. You just got to have dressing. But we do ribs, gumbo, lobster. You bring other stuff in. And then New Year's, it's just whatever we want. Now, New Year's won't go hard. Like we do food, but you might. It's more catered kind of stuff.
I guess they say it's you got to have your black eyed peas,
Yeah, we always do black
and
eyed
the
peas.
pork or whatever because it bring you good luck for
Right,
the
we do
year you're
that
going into. So
just
okay, I
on
was just
GP.
wondering. Yeah.
Yeah, we do that just on GP. But yeah, Christmas. I like Christmas because that's when
Mhm.
we just really like. It's a high end ball out. Like
Mhm.
you feel like you went to like Ruth Chris.
Well, that's
Um,
because you all that decorating and everything you do, it's got to be
oh
like
yeah, your food.
yeah.
Oh, and I'm just gonna say this too, like because I was at the store the other day and I bought like this amazing serving platter.
Hmm.
Even though I'm not gonna be home for Thanksgiving, but I'm gonna put it up for Christmas, or they just use it while I'm gone. But this lady, she was like, "You do all of that?" Because she was looking at my cart. You know, she's like, "You do all of that?" I was like, "Yes, ma'am." And she said, "Girl, whatever aluminum pan we cook it in, that's what we serve it in." I was like,
Well, I do only because I use Schaefer trays. I use the Schaefer and then put it on the racks and keep stuff
"So that's
warm.
not the same thing.
Yeah,
That's like real present. I mean, that's
right,
real like that's real cooking.
right,
I mean,
right.
you're not cooking, but you got like real what's it called?
I've always been told
Serving equipment and all of
that
that.
appearance is half
Oh my God,
the battle.
presentation is
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. If it
And
don't look
you just
right,
look
I ain't
around
even.
and everybody putting them silver aluminum pans up on the counter. You dig
Mhm,
your greens out of that. You dig your like you said, if
mhm.
it's not in the chafing dishes, those
Right,
chafing pans or
which is
whatever it's
what those
called.
pans are intended for.
Yeah, so because they sit down even in that
In
and
that,
got the
right.
covers,
Put
and having
your little water in there
tongs
and
and real and
put
like
your
this stuff
sternals
is not
under it. Yeah,
expensive. It's
yeah.
not
It's
expensive.
not.
Particularly if you buy out of season, it's not expensive. But yeah, I mean, like we got because the kids come in, they'll be here on Sunday for Thanksgiving, and the boys come in. The first thing they like, where my brownies at?
Mhm,
So there is the beautiful um, platter with the glass top. Got the reindeer antlers. They pick it up. They brownies is right there. They can see
mhm.
them on full display. I believe in presentation.
Right.
And it's a brother that has a catering company in Georgia. I watch a lot of stuff on
Mhm,
TikTok that he does. When I tell you, like people just we decide we want to have brunch at my house.
mhm.
They hire him to come in and do brunch. He not just bringing the food. This boy done created a whole.
Yeah, I
You
see some
feel
of that
like you're
stuff.
at the finest
Mhm,
restaurant, wherever having brunch, because I think all that adds to the experience. And the other thing I will say, please take pictures of your family gatherings and
mhm.
please get them printed.
Don't leave them on.
Don't leave them on your cell phone. Please take pictures and please get them printed.
So you get into mimosas and all of that.
Oh, I do all of
You
it.
do it. Yeah.
Like Christmas morning, there's like real breakfast.
Mhm,
And or brunch because everybody, moving around late. Brunch. And yeah, honey, I'm doing mimosas. I do mimosas on Thanksgiving.
mhm.
Um, I do mimosas because it's Tuesday. Because
Just
I just love it.
okay.
It's $3 of champagne already at the house,
Mhm,
and the orange juice will be in play. So yes, got Uncle Nearest out.
okay.
I got
I
your
have
tequila that you gave me.
I have yet to open the bottle that you gave me, but I figured I was going to save it for an occasion and just take a little nip out of it and see what it do.
Well, I just bought this whiskey thing the other day where it has like different wood chips
Hmm.
that you can put in the liquor and infuse. So I
Hmm.
said I was going to try that.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm all for like my mother, who was not a drinker, but my mother believed in having those things available, for everybody because my aunties and them some stomp down. We go into the liquor store before we go to the grocery store,
Wow.
because we knew who was coming to town.
Yeah.
But that spiced eggnog, which I
I
never
was
have
just going
been
to
a fan.
ask you,
I
do you
don't drink
do the
eggnog.
eggnog?
Yeah, I don't drink it, but we had to have
Oh,
it.
you have to have it available. Yeah.
Yeah, and like Keisha mom and them drink eggnog. They don't drink spice. My mom and them did spice. So I'm looking forward to it. I got to get out to the Elegant Farmer so I can get me a brown bag pie.
Mm.
I
I
looked
heard you speak of that before.
line and you could order them and have them delivered for $70 freaking dollars out of state. I was like, y'all must be crazy. So I just can't believe, like I said, we are
What is so
here.
special about the brown bag pie?
The crust, the crust is a food. Like the way it bakes up, it bakes up really big, and the crust is a harder crust than the traditional apple pie.
Hmm.
And you can get it with like the caramel in there, but they got like a peach pie. They got different variations, but it's just the crust is so amazing.
Mm.
It is so.
You do
I'm gonna
that
see
a
if
la
I can go
mode, or
get
how do you
one.
do? How do you do? Do you do it a la mode?
Yeah, I don't do pie and ice cream.
Mm.
I don't do that. So I just do the pie,
Mm.
and I like hot pie. I don't like
I was
cold
just,
pie.
I wasn't trying to get in your business or nothing.
You always in somebody's
I
business.
just
You
was asking
stay
the
in people
question.
business. So all right. So as we have had our little, just warm up this
30-minute.
morning, 30 minutes on getting ready for next week. I will also remind people that are looking for turkeys or a way to just kind of help supplement what you're doing. Brentwood Church this Friday, the 22nd, starting at 2 p.m., is going to be giving away turkeys while supplies last, because we know that one of the big providers, Milwaukee Health Services, is not doing it for Thanksgiving this year. A lot of people are looking for other places to go. So I encourage you to be there and in line. I'm gonna just say early. I don't know how early is early. And that's a major street because it's off of 60th and Mill Road. So you got to understand that too. But it starts at 2 o'clock. Other organizations, I have not heard from others. There's one I'm waiting on. I just don't know their location yet. But if you or your church or somebody is doing something, you want the community to be aware, please call us and let us know so that we can get that information out. I don't know. Does Northcott do? Northcott, I think, did Christmas dinners.
I don't recall. I know they do something. I'm not exactly certain of what
I'll look
holiday
and,
or what
and check and
kind of falls
see. Because,
around.
when I say my phone has been on hum about people trying to figure it out. And then here at the station, we are doing a $100 debit card that people can use, on anything that they would like to be able to help them get prepared for the holiday,
Mm-hmm.
have what you need. So make sure that you're listening up for our contest giveaway, and you can be a part of that. So I'm
And
on
Michelle,
Northcott's website. I don't see anything. Yep.
the response on our website has been phenomenal.
To the giveaway?
Yeah, people are
Really?
really, really registering, and we're pulling from those as well as taking the eighth caller. But so there's a couple different ways you can win. If you're just not lucky enough to be that eighth caller, you may be a person that gets drawn from our website. So make sure that you're doing that as well. WNOV860.com is the website. You can jump on and register right now if you need to.
Uh, my phone was in my. I'm sorry, my phone was in my purse, so I had to go get it. Oh, whoever sent this? Oh, I see who sent it. Thank you, Lord. They told me where I can go get my brown bag pie without having to go.
Here locally?
Yeah, because I always go out to the Elegant Farmer to go get it, and they said I can get it at Syndic's on East Silver
You
Spring.
gonna
I
tell
know I should be
everybody
quiet,
what
right?
you doing?
I'm going to get it as soon as I get off the radio. I'm going over as soon as I get off the radio to see if I see it. In fact, whoever's at home, go get my brown bag pie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Judge Taylor. Well, thank you, Judge Taylor. Tuesday, I'm sorry, turkey giveaway, November 25th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Wild turkeys last, one turkey per household. And this is over at the Martin Luther King Community Center,
Mm.
1531 West Willie Street. So that is happening on the 25th. What day is the
Do you know?
25th?
Do we know what org is spearheading that?
It is Milwaukee County Parks and the We Care crew.
Yeah, certainly want to shout them out.
Oh, wait. Special thanks to our supporters and donors, Chris Abley, Milwaukee County employees, King Advisory, something, and the Office of Equity.
Mm.
Look at folks stepping up. I love that. So yes, so now we know about two. Thank you, Judge Taylor, for listening in. Still trying to be a service, even though you down at the courthouse locking folks up. No,
Gotta do what you gotta do. Here come the judge. Here come the judge.
uh, uh, Somebody listening to my some will make me a pan address.
Mhm.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, you
Let
ranting and
me
raving about how
make,
good it is.
make oh, somebody said they make I guess they make their macaroni and cheese with almond milk. Okay, all right. Let me
That's
see.
different.
I know. Um,
And that could be the lactose issue.
hey, here we go. Northcott is serving Thanksgiving dinner from 10 to 2 on Thanksgiving Day.
Okay, so that's an actual sit down, have a meal.
No, I think that's where you come through and pick up plates
Oh,
to go.
okay. Okay, just
That's
confirm.
what they traditionally done. You
Okay.
just are able to come through and pick up container. I mean, like the
Hmm.
carry outs. Thank you. I love y'all. Oh my God. Thank y'all, community. Okay. Northcott serving Thanksgiving dinner. And these are pre-cooked.
Hmm.
You ain't gotta do nothing but pull up and you be able to go home and eat right away. And that's from 10 to 2. Look, it's not I don't know what's going on with their website. I looked on the website, I didn't see it. Okay. All right, so we got 3 now that we are aware of. If you or anyone else know anything that's going on, please, please, please let us know. What is this? Um okay. All right. Let me take a quick break, and when I come back, get into some news of the day. A lot going on. I'll be right back.
The holidays, and holiday trips, and holiday toys, and holiday bonding. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
Find your red tag. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $3,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet. Together.
What is that? 2207 North 2nd Street. And you ain't got to get out your car. Just sit there. They'll hand it to you. You keep it moving. And it looks like it's just a turkey. So don't go down there like, y'all ain't got no sides, no greens, and, okra. We ain't doing all that. It looked like it's the turkey. So I will get all of these compiled in just this brief amount of time. I have now learned about 5 giveaways. Thank y'all so much for the information. We got to step in and fill a void, and you all are amazing. Let me go to the phone line. Hey, caller, what's happening?
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
And thank you, and a wonderful Thanksgiving to you and your family as
Man,
well.
I ain't talked to you in a million years.
Say hi to Mr. Atlas for me and the others, the son and his wife. Something real quick. 2 things I wanted to know what Debo was talking about is smoked turkey. Did he say Woodman's or Walmart?
Sam's Club.
Oh, okay, Sam's Club. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds. I do the wings anyway, smoked, and sometimes
Oh, I
legs.
love
But
the smoke
I love the
rings.
wings.
Yep.
I love the wings. They are so sweet. But I'm surprised Sister Sharon didn't leave you the printout or the type out. But I believe Buchanan Vars is doing something on the 23rd over at her place on 59th. So I'm surprised Sister Sharon didn't call in to, or have that printed up for you there. I don't know the times and all that, but maybe she'll call in, or you can, have her run it through for you real quick. But I think that's the 23rd over, which would be let me see, Saturday.
Saturday. Yep.
Yeah. So Sister Sharon, get up out of bed and call you. Here she is. She's doing too much glory stuff, holy stuff, and ain't too much good on earth. but I love y'all. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Looking forward to JT coming in.
Look, don't start that. Somebody else
it's
already
coming.
hit me
I'm
up.
looking for it. Get him,
So,
JT. All right,
all
love you.
right,
Have a
love
good
you
one.
back. Look, he talking about JT. Deborah sent me a text message this morning. Good morning. Make sure y'all be ready for JT this afternoon. I can't
Was that
wait.
Deborah Jenkins?
Yep.
Simmons? Yeah.
Simmons, say some of the laughter because it's gonna be hilarious. Respectfully. Y'all know y'all
Michelle,
silly.
Michelle.
Y'all know JT gonna light Jermaine up though. I ain't got nothing
Oh
to
yeah,
say.
yeah.
I'm just gonna move and move around. All right, y'all. So like I said, now have gotten 5 information. I'll make sure I run through that list again, have them again available this afternoon. First one though starts tomorrow. First one starts tomorrow. Okay.
And there have been some already too. So I
Get
mean,
really?
yeah.
Where you been?
There was some this past
Again, you've been
weekend.
keeping it to yourself?
No, well, there was some this past weekend.
Been keeping it to
We
yourself.
shared it with the community. Community first.
Well, let me tell you this. So I have not been, and I didn't really get to do it a ton. Caller, I see you. I'll be right there. But the food pantry.
You see who the caller is?
Who is the caller? Oh my God. Keon, when they would do the pantry, and Tamika, Wisconsin Voices, and Farina, all of the different folks, county supervisor, Saquana Taylor, and other stuff. Keon was connected to a lot of people in the community that would do food giveaways, Comforce, Von Maisnem, a lot of work that Lena has done. Like different people come together to make stuff happen. And Keon would just always make sure I knew where to be, but a lot of times it conflicted with my work schedule. So he would also make sure, because he knew I like coffee, that if there was coffee available, he would put some to the side for me. When I tell y'all I have not bought coffee in years, years messing with Keon. It's so many people so mad because like you gotta go buy coffee now. And I'm talking about the luxurious coffee. And then he used to get me bread that was like bread that cost like $10. And a lot of our people don't eat it because it's the multi-grain, sesame seeds, all kinds of stuff in this bread. I buy this bread. And Keon came to the house one day. He was like, "Oh, you eat that?" I was like, "I do." And he said, He said, "I can't get his bread away." He said, "Our folks don't like this healthy bread. They like the white bread that's not good for you." And so I used to get all of that bread. So when I tell you that I am sad that for so many reasons I don't have my man for this holiday season, but I am gonna make my way to Campbell Sport to be able to get the stuff that we normally would go pick up together, and I'm just gonna make that trip in honor of him. Because there will be empty chairs at tables this year, and we all know that. Let me go to the phone line. Hey, caller.
Lord have mercy.
Here we
Lord have mercy. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Michelle. Michelle. Hey, Harvey. Debo. Debo. Hey,
The legendary Debo.
Debo. Respectfully, Debo.
Cut it out, man. Cut it out. You know you're not right.
Harvey. Hey, Harvey.
What'd you say, Carvey? Yes, Jermaine.
Is this Jermaine? Who else could it be?
Respectfully.
Him or either JT?
Hey, Debo.
Yes, sir.
Debo.
Yeah.
Debo.
Yeah.
Debo.
Yeah.
Debo.
Huh?
Debo.
Huh?
Debo.
Yeah.
Debo.
You ain't got nothing else to do, man. Hey, Jermaine. Jermaine. Right on. Streetcar. Is this streetcar? Streetcar. I want you to hear this streetcar. Listen to this. Listen to streetcar. Listen.
Just Mr. Debo.
Huh?
Mr. Debo.
Huh?
Debo.
And one other thing, Michelle.
Mr. Debo.
Mommy.
No, but good morning, y'all.
Mama.
Good morning. How
Mommy.
y'all? Man, I'm doing good. You know, hey,
Jermaine.
the gym, doing my last set.
Jermaine,
Yes, sir.
have you ever heard this?
Hello? I would like to speak to Bonquisha. Yes, this is Otis. Well, tell her she is going to hit me one way or the other. Either she steps outside or either she's going to hit me through
Wait,
the
don't
door.
play that whole thing. Jermaine, when JT come here at 3:00 today and wrap your head, don't say nothing, because you done earned it.
Me and JT is gonna go out to lunch or dinner, man. That's my man, dude. Debo, my guy, man. I mean, not Debo, JT, my guy, man. Debo, hey, Debo.
And Michelle?
Boy, you know what? See, y'all just, oh my God. He did say that.
What
He
did you
said
say,
that
Kyrie?
yesterday.
Your mic wasn't on. What'd you say?
JT said he's so fine he walks past the mirror and have to ask who is that.
He said it yesterday.
I did hear that part.
He did. He said it yesterday.
I was hoping I had heard him wrong, but I guess he really did say that.
Hey, I'm all for self-confidence. I appreciate it.
We need to take a break.
Do we? I've not done a show. I've not talked about a single topic.
Carolyn's here. You know, if we don't take this break, she'll be.
Somebody said, Michelle, take back your show, sis.
It's gone.
Jermaine took the show.
It's left the station, man.
Jermaine.
But when I do come back, one thing I am going to talk about for sure is something incredible that's happening, and I am going to make sure that I donate to it, which is, I talk about it all the time. We don't have enough things in Milwaukee that physically pay homage to many of the great things that Black folks have done in this town and in this state. And there is work being done to raise money to put up a statue in a historic neighborhood in this community. Got to talk about it. So I'm excited to do that. Excuse me. One of the first times I've read the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel and just been elated with what was on the front page. And so I'll share that when we come back. But yeah, the show is gone. It's a wrap. Today, it's 8:00. It's a wrap. We'll be right back.
You know, Bonquisha, ever since you and I stopped seeing each other, I ain't been doing nothing but thinking. I ain't been able to sleep. I ain't been able to do nothing that required you being in it. Baby, I know that we've had rough times before, but we got through it. Like the time all the power went off in the house, and we had to finish cooking the collard greens on the happy heater, but we did it together.
Welcome back, family. So before we went to the break, I said I wanted to mention, and I appreciate this story, front page of the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, about one of the folks that, just can't help but immense pride whenever this development is talked about and the folks that helped make it happen. The article, and I'm going to actually take it directly from the article. Beachy O. Brooks developed Milwaukee's Halyard Park subdivision. The neighborhood is raising money for a statue in his honor. When Lenny Mosley and her husband were house hunting in the mid 1970s, the couple looked in Mequon and Brookfield. As they drove around the two suburbs, Mosley realized something. Her children, then 8 and 13, needed to be around other kids who looked like them. That's when Mosley learned about what Beachy O. Brooks of the United Realty Group was doing on a stretch of land bordered by West Brown Street to the south, West Garfield Avenue to the north, North Halyard Street to the west, and North 4th Street, now Phillips Avenue, to the east. Brooks was building an enclave for working and middle class blacks in an area that was once a hub of black culture during the 1900s and 1950s. The area had since declined, dotted with vacant lots and abandoned and substandard housing, when Brooks approached the city with plans to build 44 new homes within a 4 square block radius. Many thought he was crazy to build an area some considered a ghetto. And many of Mosley's friends shared similar sentiments about buying into what would become the Halyard Park neighborhood. Quote, "We didn't listen. We bought the lot," close quote, Mosley said. The development wasn't typical of Milwaukee, where homes were often built close together. It had wide lots, manicured lawns, attached garages, and tree-lined streets. Brooks was one of the few blacks to develop a subdivision for African Americans in Milwaukee. He created home ownership opportunities for the city's black residents who were often shut out of housing options in more affluent areas. Now, residents of that neighborhood want to honor Brooks with a life-size bronze statue. The Halyard Park Association Foundation needs to raise $125,000 by what? December 31st deadline. Well, damn. Oh, I'm sorry. By its December 31st deadline for the statue's design and construction. The foundation is working with the local sculpture company on the statue, which could take about 9 months. The statue will be placed in the Gaines Triangle near North 6th Street and West Lloyd Street. The foundation has raised 25% of the funds. Now, see, the first thing I'm like, how long y'all been raising money? Why y'all just not telling people? It's 40 days away. Okay, anyway. Brooks' daughter, Cassandra Brooks, said the statue ensures her father's legacy in an area that's quickly gentrifying. Fiserv Forum and the soon-to-be-built Milwaukee Public Museum are within walking distance of Halyard Park. Nearby King Drive has new development. The area already attracts tourists, but Brooks said it's important for those new to the area and those passing by to understand Halyard Park's origin story. Quote, "People don't know the history of Halyard Park," Cassandra Brooks said. "I want to make sure that his hard work, his legacy is kept, and his vision." The Halyard Park subdivision came from the elder Brooks's quest to find a better home for his family. Cassandra Brooks said her parents lived in a duplex at North 7th Street and West Meineke for some 30 years and wanted an upgrade. She said her parents didn't want to move to the suburbs, but wanted a suburban-like neighborhood. Nothing seemed suited to what they were looking for at the time and within their price range, Brooks said. Her father having a keen eye as a real estate broker, saw potential in an area that never recovered after the 1967 riots. His vision, she said, was to bring the suburbs to the city. In his mind, the vision clicked, Brooks said. Though her father faced criticism about investing in the area, it only fueled his determination to make it happen, she said. Brooks said her mom challenged her dad to do more than just build a subdivision, but to be the first to buy and move into the area. "You can't sell people on a concept if you're not willing to live there," she said. he stepped out on faith. Her father encountered resistance from the city, but the biggest hurdle, especially for potential home buyers, was financing. That's when the Columbia Savings and Loan Association stepped in. Founded by Wilbur and Artie Clark Halyard, it was the state's first Black-owned financial institution and provided home loans. Beachy Brooks named the subdivision after the Halyards because of their support for the project. Quote, everybody back then and still now are working middle class people, said Cassandra Brooks, who now lives in her parents' home. That was one of the things my dad wanted. He wanted this to be an African American community. That sold Mosley on the development. She not only got a chance to pick the lot, but the design of her house, a choice between a ranch or a colonial style home. She chose a colonial, began building in October of 1980. The Mosleys moved in March the next year. Her family was the first on the block. I love the area, Mosley said. The fondest memories are raising my kids in an area where I felt safe and they could feel safe. We didn't worry about crime. I still don't. I have enjoyed living here. Mosley called Beachy Brooks courageous to build homes, not knowing if anyone would purchase them. We have Vale Phillips Avenue. We have William Finlayson Street, Mosley said. We want a statue of Mr. Brooks. Donations can be mailed to the Halyard Park Association Foundation at 2017 North Finlayson Street, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53212. For more information, call 414-916-2048. Again, that's 414-916-2048. Or you can email hpaf1976 at AOL.com. It was important to read that, to be able to figure out how to help Cassandra Brooks get this done. I've heard the story now a few times about this brother who had the vision to create something not just for his family, but for an entire community. And the wherewithal to understand that when everybody else was describing this area as ghetto, he saw the promise. He didn't accept that label. I tell people about that all the time. You're going to get enough of calling stuff the ghetto, because when you look at where a lot of housing is situated that primarily Black folks have continued to occupy, most of it is housing that is near interstates, because when these systems went in, they gutted Black neighborhoods. They didn't want to disrupt white folks. They gutted Black neighborhoods, and they ran these systems through these neighborhoods. Developments, businesses, housing then to crop up around the interstate. Easy access, easy on and off, which then in turn now makes it much more appealing to live there. So you go to Chicago and where Cabrini Green and the Robert Taylor homes used to be, and see what's occupying those spaces now. These have become, market rate apartments, high-end housing, desired housing, because it's easy access in and out. The piece that was mentioned in the story about the gentrification of that area, it is real. When you knock on those doors now in Halyard Park, the number of white homeowners that are opening those doors can be startling. And you realize what this brother worked for and the Halyards invested in, how that vision or that reality is slipping away, because this has become prime, and it always was. He knew it when he made the Beachy Brooks knew that when he made the decision to build there. This was prime real estate. Whether y'all saw it or not, this was prime real estate. And so there are white homeowners now who have been very interested in relocating to this area. The reference to being within walking distance of the Bucks Arena, walking distance of the museum, walking distance of downtown. Everything is right there. When I'm over there, it sometimes blows me away. Like, downtown is right there. It's at the end of your fingertips. That's why we keep watching hillside housing projects to see what ultimately ends up happening to that. That area is changing right before our eyes. And I think about the number of Black folks who will turn their nose up and, I'm too good to live over here. I don't want to be in this area. I think it's crime ridden, or I think this or it's that. And then you start listening and paying attention, and it's nothing like what you think. And so now you go over Brown, Palmer, and streets in that area, First, Second Street, and see who owns a lot of those homes now. See who's out walking they dog and jogging. It's all flipping hands. And I always tell people, I go all the way back, oh my God, more than 15 years ago. When I used to watch this TV show, This Old House. Because I love do-it-yourself projects, DIY. I love or DIY, sorry, projects. I love, watching people break a house down to its bones and then, put it back together. And I watched a young white couple, buy a house and pay to have it moved off its foundation to another part of the area over by First and North Avenue. And I'm watching This Old House and I'm like, wait a minute, that's Milwaukee? First bell ringing. They getting ready to flip this area. And we got some white homeowners in that area. They're buying up multiple properties, getting them to their family members, friends, before other people even get a chance to go after those properties. So hopefully this family will be successful. I'll even reach out and see if I can get her on the show, but they'll be successful, but it would be a shame if all we got left is the statue. The number of people that have not been able to keep those homes in their families, the kids moved away, didn't want to return, didn't find nobody else in the family to take it, didn't find another Black homeowner to take it. It would be a shame at some point if all that's left of this African-American suburban community in the city that's left is a statue. That's better than nothing. But we have to work to preserve these neighborhoods. We absolutely have to work to preserve these neighborhoods. So I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that this morning because I so appreciated that story, because I talk about this all the time. Another thing that I wanted to hit on this morning, and I'm trying not to be the I told you so chick, and it's still early. I need to, just wait, be patient. But a flurry of cabinet picks, non-cabinet picks, administrative posts have been coming out of the Trump administration. Every day. I just woke up and heard that the lady from the wrestling, McMahon, or however you say her last name, he talking about tapping her to be the Secretary of Education. Like the lady from wrestling is who he wants to be the Secretary of Education. She was in his administration before. I forgot in what role. I'll go back and pull it up. But the non-educator, the no education experience, that's who's going to be the Secretary of Education. But it works because her whole job is to dismantle the Department of Public Education. Like all of these people that voted for Donald Trump, did you not hear him and believe him? You're telling me you agree with the idea that we would get rid of the U.S. Department of freaking Public Education. That's what y'all telling me. I agreed with that, Michelle. Why? Particularly if you are Black or a community of color. Many of the few protections we've been able to garner have come at the federal level. Because when states are allowed to do what they want to do, now we got the freaking Bible being taught in classrooms in Texas. The vote, goes to the full committee, but it looks like it's getting ready to pass. Talking about arts and language and reading. You got the 10 Commandments hanging up in a classroom in some states. lot of 10 Commandments, they don't belong in the classroom. You got a particular Bible that now has to be used in a classroom. 55,000 of them. This is what happens when you fully turn some of this stuff over to the states. In Florida, let's not even mention black folks, basically, in terms of history. And if you do mention them, you're going to tell the version of black folks' history that we feel comfortable with as white folks talking about. Because I can't have my children turning around looking at me being like, wait, what did we do? What we do to these people? Don't nobody want to answer that question. So we're not going to talk about it. This is the problem. So these people who were telling me I only get to, worry about this. I'm only worried about how you treating the Palestinians. Thank you, uncommitted group. I'm only worried about the economy. I'm only worried about the price of gas and some damn potatoes on my table. But your child is getting ready not to have protections, your grandchildren, your nieces and nephews, in terms of public education that we currently have right now. Because as we've seen what happens when you see some of these choice and voucher schools, I don't want to be bothered with educating them disabled kids or the kids who got, diagnoses and need IEPs. I don't want to be bothered with them. I'm only looking for the cream of the crop. I don't want to put money into those students. So Donald Trump is making all these appointments. And it was a whole bunch of bros and a few sisters running around on his behalf. My man down in Florida, number one go-to flunky, him and Tim Scott. Bros, here in Milwaukee, because this is going to be great. And even though it's still early, it's a lot left to get, but it ain't no black people been named for nothing yet. Nothing. Now, we did get a person of color, got Vivek with his crazy self. Tulsi Gabbard might be a person of color, I'm not sure. But that's pretty much it. Heavily male, white males, heavily white supremacist, heavily anti-DEI, anti. And I'm not saying he's not going to get to the token position that he find to get to a black person. But all of the advisors, the folks that's in the orbit that's going to help drive the train, for all these bros that was running around pitching for this dude, where you at? Where you at? Where are you on the food chain of getting any of these coveted positions? Because we'll see what I say. HUD is where they send all the black people, Democrats and Republicans. That's where the black people get to go. They get to be HUD. Where you go? Tulsi Gabbard can be the director of national intelligence. Tulsi Gabbard is a stomp down fool. This woman has no business being close to national security information. But for that matter, nor does Donald Trump, nor does Jared Kushner, nor does any number of people that he's putting in his cabinet. So I guess that's a moot point. Pete Hegseth, Defense Secretary. The man who says they want to get rid of any generals that believe in diversity, equity, inclusion, the woke people, even though your military is full of folks that are diverse, that women have no business serving in combat. Like, we want to run us back to 1942. That's what we want to do. When women didn't have certain rights, when Black folks didn't have certain rights, LGBTQ folks didn't have certain rights. That's where it seems like that's the sweet spot, possibly 1942. I could be wrong. And this is a man who's never supervised any real, department, any real, significant number of people. Like, I saw something that came out yesterday that said that this particular nominee for the Secretary of Defense in the history of the United States, and as long as this position has existed, is the least qualified person to ever be considered for this job. He is the most unqualified person in the history of this position to ever be considered for this job. Like, Donald Trump has literally surrounded himself with a merry band of either losers, rapists, pervs, folks that are ill qualified for the jobs, white supremacists, people that are conspiracy theorists. I mean, for all of the people that had the audacity to be worried about a Black man or a Black woman being elected to the presidency, we couldn't have made this up in terms of who is being brought to the table. Almost all of these men got a hit of sexual scandal in their background. Like, Marco Rubio looks like the patron saint of all of them, because at least there's no scandal there. Marco just sold his soul to the devil to be included. Because the things they all said when they was running for president, and then they lose, and now this dude is just fine, and now I'm your biggest champion, and I'm carrying your water. This is so crazy. It's crazy. I'm just saying. Christy Nome, Department of Homeland Security. This is who he wants to be the secretary. Remember, this was the lady that's the governor that put a book out that talked about how she killed her dog, saying that the dog was untrainable. So she killed a 14-month-old dog and put it in a book. This is who he wants to be over Homeland Security. You killed a dog because you felt the dog was untrainable. I just... It, you literally are going to make up an agency for Elon Musk and put him and Vivek as co-leaders of the Department of Government Efficiency. Now, I don't know what qualifies Vivek to be able to talk about government efficiency. I don't know. Elon Musk, who goes in and screws up companies all the time. I don't know. I don't know what qualifies these two people to be at a table talking about getting rid of a third of the United States of America's budget. I don't know. And then the deputy chief of policy, the KK member supreme in Stephen Miller, who by all accounts is one of the sickest people connected to this whole thing, because this man's hatred of others, he wears it on his forehead. You don't have to look on his sleeve. You can just look on the top of his bald head, on his forehead. It's right there. Complete and utter disdain for anybody that's not a white male. These are the appointments. And then you couple that with the border czar. I listened to him yesterday, Tom Homan. Talk about family separation policies. And these folks literally, like, yeah, we're not espousing that, but it is what it is, basically. And folks like, well, how you going to pay for all of this? Well, we're going to take the money that cities like New York were using to give assistance to my immigrants. We're going to take that money. And first of all, that was New York's money. That wasn't your money. So the federal government doesn't have control of those dollars. And number two, New York was doing a lot of that because those people were sent to them from the state of Texas, with Ron DeSantis helping down in Florida. Caller, I see you. Here I come. But I just need you to appreciate that. Like, some of these people have no clue how government actually works. It's one of those things where you can complain about how bad it is and these people don't know what they're doing. And then when you really actually get a chance to be up close and personal in the room, you realize, oh, you got to do A, B, C, D, all the way through L and M too before you can get to the first step. Yeah, you do. Well, are these steps necessary? Yes, they are. Because this overlaps this involves this is federal law already, this is required by, blah, blah, blah policy. It's one of those things we used to say all the time. We make it look easy. People make it look easy. So folks sit up and be like, oh, I could do that. And then you get in the room and you realize you're wholly unequipped to be able to do any of it. But we make it look easy. It's just like people who fill in when they do the talk show. And people say, you don't realize how much content you got to have to be able to run a 2 or 3 hour talk show. And what do you do if nobody calls in? If the phone doesn't ring? And how do you keep it interesting? But when I'm listening, I'm just talking. And then there are folks that will be like, I didn't appreciate the level of preparation that some people do to be able to come and sit down and what looks like just this casual conversation, just kicking the willy bobo about the topics of the day. But when somebody does push you, or you need to take a conversation in a different turn, you have had to have done your homework, or it will show that you're sitting behind this mic ill prepared, because that happens too. So when you look at the fact that all these appointments, Dr. Oz, Robert F. Kennedy, who else? Sean Duffy, former congressman. Oh my God. Oh, Lee Zeldin over EPA, a complete disaster. And I'll talk about why. Brendan Carr over FCC. I talked about Mike Huckabee yesterday. Like, these appointments are crazy. But it ain't a black name in the list. It ain't a black name in the list so far. Linda McMahon. He announced that he wants her to run the Department of Education. As I said a little while ago, a wrestling executive, a former wrestling executive. She led the Small Business Administration under Trump's first term. And this is what they said when they put out the statement. As Secretary of Education, Linda will fight tirelessly to expand choice to every state in America and empower parents to make the best education decision for families. We will send education back to the states, and Linda will spearhead that effort. again reminding people that he pledged to shut down the department. And he said, complaining that the agency's budget is too large and that its staff, in many cases, hate our children. This woman is just a friend of Donald Trump's, who is in no way qualified to be the Secretary of Education. In no way qualified to do this job. So it's amazing when people was talking about Kamala Harris and, is she qualified? I remember Trump loved saying that. Was she qualified? I've been vice president for 4 years. U.S. Senator. He came to the office with no legislative experience whatsoever. None, zero, ain't never been elected dog catcher. But you're going to turn around and look at a woman who had been elected 3 or 4 times before becoming the vice president at the state level, local level, state level, federal level. And people gleefully talked about Kamala Harris's qualifications to be the president of the United States. Well, where are all y'all people at to talk about qualifications when it comes to these jobs that he giving out like candy to his friends and his home team that, is willing to die on the sword for him? Where's the qualifications conversation at now? And even to the media who wanted to, we're going to walk Kamala Harris down the road about what you bring to the table, what's your plan, how does this work, how do you pay for it? But that same intense level of scrutiny, I just kind of don't feel like it's happening right now. Some is happening, some questions are being asked, but it just does not feel as intense. But to the people that called in, that were happy to offer up an opinion to tell me why Donald Trump was the best thing since sliced bread, where you at right now to ask about these people that's being put in place? Carvey, can you see if you can help me answer this call? Where you at right now? Like, really? Because y'all could tell me the woman didn't have no business being president. But you okay with the wrestling executive being the Secretary of Education? Let me go to the phone line. Hey, caller, what's happening?
Good morning. Assalamu alaikum to you. Thanks
Good
for taking my
morning.
call.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I think I just heard you. You got me stuttering. Did you just say that the WWE wrestling person is in charge of something?
Yeah. The wife, she used to be one of the executives for WWF. He put her over the Department of Education. That's the Secretary of Education.
Got it. All right. Well, this is what I wanted to say about, at least from my perspective. Being a man, and looking and seeing interactions with women who have been in charge, and how men react to the presence or the authority of a woman, and every time I witness it, I'm just flabbergasted about it, because these guys are so threatened by the power of a woman and a woman making decisions, because they have a caveman mentality. They look at women as dimensions, 24, 36, 24. They look at women from that perspective. They don't regard women in the way that they might profess to. Like, in your presence, they might call you this great, strong woman who's capable, but that's all smokescreen.
Right.
It's gaslighting, because these men, they hate women. They are, I don't know how to say it definitively, but what I've seen with guys, talking to them, the way that they look at women, I'm like, wow. I a lot of times I never retort about it. I just would say to them, but if it were not for your mother who carried you in her womb and who had to damn near die to produce you, You can't tell me that a woman lacks the qualifications to endure some difficulty because she brings life at the expense of her own. But a lot of guys, these men, especially who have been westernized or Americanized, or who look at women from a Eurocentric point of view, they have no respect for you outside of your presence. They're going to talk to you and hold you up. They do this with their mothers, their sisters, their daughters, any woman. Most Americanized men, black, white, or otherwise, because they have that mentality of the caveman. You know, the Flintstones hit the woman upside the head with the club, grab her by the hair, drag her to the room, do your thing with her, and send her off impregnated, and she pop out a child, and the cycle repeats itself. They have no respect for women in the way that women should be respected. That's why this society is the way that it is. And thank you for taking my call.
Thank you. I appreciate the call. And it's some hard truths that were mentioned in that. I know just my personal experience over the years, because I've said this. I think I've said this before, but I certainly know what it is like to have how do I want to say it? Because it comes from a couple of different angles. So I know what it's like to have men say one thing in your face, and then when you walk away, they'll say, she thinks she know everything. She too smart for her own good. She talked too damn much. You almost get the impression that you need to understand your place. And I've seen this over the years. I mean, not a recent phenomenon. This goes back to me being in my early 20s in the workplace, because I've always been a manager. Everywhere I've gone, I've always been a manager. And you can tell when people have to concede that you do a good job, but they don't really want to concede that. They don't like conceding it. Or if what you're doing serves a purpose that they need, then they all on board. It is frustrating to hear in 2024 the ignorance of people, and not just men, even some women said it, that somebody having a menstrual cycle would impair their ability to be able to make a decision. I don't hear nobody asking if women should be police officers because they got a menstrual cycle. I don't hear, people talking about the firefighter shouldn't be, because she might have a menstrual cycle. The female governors, female legislators, because you're making decisions that impact people's lives every day. I don't hear nobody saying we shouldn't have no female alderpersons because they have a menstrual cycle. So if I can serve at those levels, why can't I serve at the federal level in terms of the White House? But we have somebody that's completely erratic in terms of behavior. That's a male displaying crazy behavior. But that's not problematic. We can excuse that away. It is deeply offensive, when I just keep relitigating and replaying the stuff that I heard when people talked about qualifications to be the mayor and what they was willing to accept from one candidate and willing to overlook in another candidate. Milwaukee is yet to have a female mayor. Why? Why? Because it's not like it's women that can't run this city. So why? Some of this stuff is baked into the process. And people are taught to question us and question our ability. And you even have other women who, well, what did Donald Trump say? I'm a keep y'all safe even if y'all don't want me to. I'm gonna make you accept, whatever foolish safety it is, even though a woman got a better chance of being sexually assaulted or harmed around Donald Trump than she does around, I don't know, Jeffrey Dahmer. But anyway, oh wait, he gone. I'm just saying that's the part of this that's also crazy. Like today, the House Ethics Committee is meeting again because they had canceled their meeting last week. That was supposed to happen last week, Friday, in which they were going to discuss whether or not to release the report about Matt Gaetz, who Donald Trump has put forward to be the highest ranking law enforcement officer of the country. And the committee members are going to decide whether they release the report that they did on Gaetz, and whether, it's going to be public or even just go to their colleagues in the Senate. This committee, the Ethics Committee in the House of Representatives, had been investigating Matt Gaetz for years. For years. And it's a bipartisan committee. So it's Democrats sitting there. They know what's in this report. They are pushing, obviously, for it to be released. But a lot of this is crazy that we got to be thinking about if we're going to tell people about all of the negative and questionable things that might impair the judgment of the highest law enforcement officer in the country, even up to some things that they may have done that were illegal. Let me go to the phone line. Hey, caller, what's happening? Hello.
Yes. Hello there. Good morning there, Michelle.
Good morning.
This is Lefty. Hey, I have a couple of comments. You might have noticed some of this on two things. On all these appointments that the president-elect is making, why, I don't understand it. Why is there never no background check? Like no background check whatsoever. So you and I go get a job. First thing they want to do is do a background check, a drug screen. I mean, have people just lost their mind? Like at this level, they have us believe there's no need for a background check. Like, this is the same people that voted for this nonsense. So it's okay for this person to be appointed to a large department of whatever federal level job, but no background checks, right? Years ago, I was applying to work for the federal government, and they did a 25-year background check on me. You follow me?
Yes.
25-year background check.
Right.
All of a sudden, it's nothing. So that tells me this is a hypocrisy about white skin privilege, period. Okay? That's number one, white skin privilege. Number two, for the black men or black folks that voted for Trump, well, are they going to ask for something from Trump? Because everything he's trying to do within Project 25 is if they take the time and read it and really analyze it, it is about hurting people of brown skin that are not white, period, are really poor, poor people. That's number two, Same thing with Hispanic. The men fell head over heels to vote for Trump. What are they getting? Do you know what they're getting? Did I miss it? Or do you know?
I think they got Marco Rubio.
Well, Rubio is a white Cuban. He's a Cuban. He doesn't even identify with Hispanics.
Well, you know what? It was interesting. I was listening to what's his name? What's Tavis Smiley? He had a Hispanic man on his show yesterday, and he was saying that they had talked to a lot of people in the Hispanic community, and quite a few of them said that they didn't see themselves like the immigrants. They identified and leaned more white. And so when he was talking about what they were going to do to deport people, they weren't talking about them. I said, okay, all right now. So that was just interesting you brought it up, because I was just listening to a Hispanic guy talk about this on the radio last night.
Yeah. And then lastly, I wanted to mention, and I've been saying this loud and clear, when people hear the word immigrant and they talk about the migrants, blah, 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 that is a code word for folks of color.
Right.
You follow me? Because you always got to ask, if someone jams up a group of people, you got to ask yourself, when they're done, who's next? You know what I mean? Who's next? Like, just play it forward. Okay, we get rid of all the illegal immigrants out of the country. Everything, every one of them just gone. Say January 1st, they're just gone. Period. Disappear. So, okay, now what? Now what? Who's next? Because the problems are not going away. The problems are just going to be exacerbated. You know, they're not going away in the country. So now what? What are you going to do? He's going to blame black folks? He's going to blame Chinese or what? Indians, people from India or what? You know what I mean? So I don't quite get how all of a sudden in 2024 we have gotten so ignorant. I mean, you know, just people in general, we've just gotten so ignorant. And last of all, the one thing is that we get our news from Elon Musk, right? Twitter.
Yeah.
Everything's on the Twitter. Anybody under 30, 40 years old, they go to Twitter and they go to TikTok. I get so appalled when I hear people, I saw this, I read this on TikTok, I saw this. And there's another reason why Elon Musk is so tight with Trump. And I'm not going to throw no conspiracy out, but that's a serious, serious issue if you really think about it. What was going on during this election cycle on Twitter? You know what I mean? What was really going on?
He bought Twitter so he could be in a position to help Trump. Like, whether people believe that or not, he bought Twitter so he could be in a position to help this man.
Because
Jesus Christ.
Now, I was listening. I think I heard just 2 weeks ago how much racist Twitter activity was on during the election cycle.
Right.
I mean, they said it was like 300-400% more. I mean, it was a crazy number of what was going on in Twitter during the voting cycle. You know, during all the way up to the election. So it makes you wonder. You know, and that's why these people are getting something from Trump. They didn't do it for free. So, it's just crazy. But that's all I got to say. So I just hope people get what they want if they voted for Donald Trump and his new administration, or I call it for Project 25. So if those of you who are astute enough, please go out and read Project 25 because it is coming to fruition. Everything in Project 25 is being set up right now. All the appointments, what they're going to do with government, the federal government, Department of Education, everything is in Project 25. And this is the same man who said he had nothing to do with it. I don't know anything about Project 25. So,
all right. That's
all.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yep. No, and you said a lot. I mean, the reality is on the background checks, I know they said he had been using a private firm to do the background checks, like they had the reach and the depth and breadth of a FBI, or a federal agency that is tasked with doing this every day, all day. And
did they get all the sexual assault cases?
No, in fact, that's what they were saying, that the little private vetting companies missed a lot of the stuff that's come out.
Yeah, that's what I said. So I don't know who, but anyway.
All right.
Have a great day.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I think the other thing, it plays into the continued messaging that Donald Trump has tried to perpetuate, that you can't trust the American government. Like, you want to lead the government and you spend all day telling people not to trust government, not to trust the FBI, not to trust these agencies. It is absolutely, absolutely crazy. I got a phone call, but I just also found out that, do I get to say it? Okay, but it looks like we have a winner online for our $100 debit card giveaway. And do I get to say her name out loud too? Mary Walker, if you listen, pay attention because they getting ready to call you to let you know that your name was selected online as a winner for the $100 debit card. Congratulations. Yes. Let me tell you what I need. I'm going to send you my short list over, especially if this is the Mary Walker I think it is. I got her phone number. I can text her. I need some butter. Butter expensive. I need some butter. I'm just saying. What's up, Jamaica? Good morning. Hey, Shelby. Good morning. Jamaica said, when you have a hammer, everything looks like a nail. My man. Hey, Marlo, how y'all doing this morning? Yeah, this crazy. Somebody said, "Oh my God, I missed the Black Eagle, Joe Madison. All we have now is you and Roland Martin." They literally said, "Can't listen to MSNBC Morning Joe anymore after they just laid down for Trump." Shaking my head. Yeah, that whole thing. Mary Walker, we're trying to reach you. I am getting ready to keep your debit card. Mary Walker. Excuse me, shoppers. If there is a Mary Walker in the store, no, wait, what they do down at Potawatomi? Mary Walker, your bus is leaving. Please meet your party at the whatever entrance.
Well, we can't seem
Mary
to
Walker.
can't seem to get through to her right now, so we will try and call
Hang
her.
on, let me look. Let me show you this phone number and tell me if this is the same phone number you got for her, and so I can see if this is the same Mary I know.
I'm gonna be the same Mary if I ain't the same Mary.
Is that the same number? Stop acting like you got good vision.
No, it's not.
Oh, then that ain't my Mary Walker. Okay, well, then I don't know. Okay, well, my Mary Walker.
You gave this lady a shopping list and you don't even know the lady.
we not calling you. It's a different Mary Walker. Let me go to the phone line. Hey, caller. What's happening?
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I had a couple of pranks I wanted to make.
Okay.
Pranks being, they're talking about the Northridge complex and what to do with it. There's a technical college in West Bend, so they don't have to look for a model. They should put that up there amongst other things. And they're talking about what to do with that building that they're tearing down Northridge shopping mall. There's so many vacant buildings in that area. They could do anything they want to do. It doesn't have to be concentrated on that. Other thing is, we're talking about blacks not owning homes. And when they do own one, they're losing because a big expense comes up and that'll kick them out of the house. All they need to know is how to handle a few financial techniques. You could refinance your home and you get a HELOC on it if you have enough equity, and your house will take care of itself. And I told you before, they need to let me, we need to meet so we can teach people some things. And you have a good one.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. And I heard you, and it is on that list of a short list of stuff that we got to get done. Yeah, I was looking. I drove past the Northridge area a couple days ago, and it is stark to see all of that coming down now. I looked over and literally almost forgot, like, all of the work that has led into finally being able to demolish this building and reimagine this area. And I looked over there and it was like, what the like, I literally had this because it was one of the selling points when we moved to that side of town when I first came to Wisconsin. And me and at the time we weren't married yet, my fiance, we looked and was like, oh my God, we like right here by everything. And so to see that hollowed out space now, and okay, what's next? What do we do? But we gotta have businesses in there. We got her. Mary Walker.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Is this the Mary you
Thank
know?
you.
No,
Thank
it's
you.
not. It's not. This not Mary Walker with the NAACP, is it?
No, there are a lot of Mary Walker.
That's what I thought. I said, no, this is not the Mary I know, because I was going to try to call her. But congratulations. So you went online and got in that way, huh?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so let me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you over my list. I need a few things while you out shopping. Is that all right? Can I send you my list? Can I text you my list?
We'll see.
We'll see.
Did she say we'll see?
We'll see.
That's like your mama when you ask for something expensive for Christmas. We'll see.
Oh, go ask your daddy.
Go ask your granddaddy. Well, Miss Walker, congratulations to you. Are you going to be preparing a big Thanksgiving meal or anything?
I'm gonna be preparing something. Yes, contributing to the group.
There you
family,
go.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Well, if we don't talk to you beforehand, you have a happy holiday, and thank you so much for being a listener to the station.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, now.
So Miss Mary, you know where the radio station is located?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have to come here and pick up your debit card, but it is here waiting on you right now.
And my list will be stapled to the back of it.
I don't know about her list, but your card is definitely here, okay?
Okay.
All right, Miss Mary. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Tell Milwaukee what station just made you a winner? Miss Mary?
Yeah.
Can you tell Milwaukee?
86? Yeah. 860 WNOV radio.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Look, somebody else said, no, that's not the Mary Walker I know either. We all call it Mary Walkers. All these Mary Walkers gonna be hot. Like, what did I win? Nah, it wasn't you, boo. I just want to say Ms. Walker sounded a little shady when I asked about my extra items. I was just asking for some butter. I went asking. She
didn't sound shady.
She
just said, we'll see. That ain't shady.
That's shady.
We will see.
We'll see. That's when you know you ain't getting it.
Exactly.
Anytime somebody tell you we'll see, you're not about to get it.
I'll let you know.
What'd you say?
I'll let you know.
Are you waving the key?
Yeah.
Why? You know he's special.
He one of them, I'll let you know, dude.
Yeah. Is his legs crossed? Look how he walking. Look.
Did he just slap you up?
I don't know what he did.
He just slapped you up.
He's such a weirdo, man. Oh my God. Did he come in and dap up Carvey?
Yeah.
But wait, he dapped up Debo.
My man.
But waved me off.
I like the way he just handled you.
Because he's goofy to them.
Hey, did you see that?
What?
Michelle, look.
What'd he do?
Oh, yeah. Shaking haters off. Shaking haters off.
Really?
Yeah.
Somebody said, I'm glad my children are here to hear you say that. What? Oh, we'll see.
We'll see.
My bad. I didn't mean to tell secrets. I apologize. Paris. Get on my nerves. All right, family.
Well, my mother used to say, hey, mama, can we go outside? Mama said, you can if you want to. How would you do?
Well, I would have stayed in the house.
Oh, we all stayed in the house.
My brother would have went outside.
Yeah.
Oh, Bruce was going outside.
Yeah, you can if you want to.
And my mama was like gonna be talking
I
crazy.
got that one, but I also got the one. You can if you want to, but I wouldn't if I was you. You know.
Oh, she didn't have to say
but that was too much. Like right. That was help.
That's too much.
You knew that you hadn't completed your chores.
Right.
You know how Saturday morning was. I don't know how it was in your house.
Straight up.
Michelle told me about that at her house. She did it. She was smart. She did it all week long, so she didn't have to worry about Saturday.
Saturday morning, you see anybody outside till 11 o'clock.
Right.
You saw me.
It's Dustin, Pledge.
Don't get mad at me. You didn't see me.
Who was playing with?
Nobody
out there.
I didn't need to play with nobody. I was at the mall. I was out kicking it and parlaying.
We just kicking it at the mall.
I learned how to do chores on Tuesday and Wednesday when nothing else was going on.
We talking 70s and 80s. I was at the mall. We getting it all. What's the song?
Too.
What was the song at the mall?
Oh, I just sung it yesterday. Meet you at the mall. It's going down.
At the mall.
But that's because you're about to get beat up at the mall.
You out of here?
Let me thank everybody
for. It's a little aggressive.
Let me thank everyone for listening and say something real this morning with your host, Miss Michelle Bryant. Michelle, great job as always.
Talk to my agent.
Yo, mama.
Wait,
bye, y'all.
Did you say his mama?
I did not. I did not.
She slid that in. She slid that in. Okay. You missed it.
Goodbye, everybody.
Is right around the corner.
You gonna eat your cornbread.
And WNOV, The Voice, wants to make your holiday special.
You talking to me?
Get ready to win a